What's up, guys? Welcome to the GGP, the Global Grind Podcast, episode number 5. And we are going to talk about 5 things, the 5 principles that you were not taught in school. If you want to succeed in this, since this is going on YouTube, we'll just use the term weird, in this weird, really misled world that we are living in. And guess what? The only way that we can change it is from changing the actions that we take, changing our mentality, and changing from the inside out and having that radiate into our friend group, our family, our gym, our community, your work and social circles, and change our town, change our state, nation, world. That is the only way that this world is going to be changed. And I think the big part is that people just don't have the right information. Sometimes things are very convoluted and complex. And here we are here today. Excuse my language. We're going to cut the bullshit and learn what we need to focus on to be at our best self. This is going to be 5 principles, almost like getting your high school education to pass some of these things. Hey, you better be an A+ at this, right? You got to really learn how to read and write. That's going to be something that's going to be very important your whole life, right? Math, we got to maybe be proficient here. Not everyone needs to know, calc or something like that, right? But we better have a decent understanding. These are going to be 5 principles like that, and we will discuss them and how building them has implications in your life, in intangible things that is very vast beyond what you originally thought or may have been unaware of. So this is going to be a little bit directed towards men. I do feel like if anyone is led astray today, it is definitely men. The world as a whole, absolutely. I am going to target this towards men a little bit. I do want to see them be better leaders. I'm not a fan of this, like today's age, where you're just out of shape and depressed and don't have confidence, and you want confidence, and you want cheap dopamine, and aren't leading your family or yourself whatsoever. I'm a big believer in not necessarily traditional roles. I think there's a lot of overlap there, and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I mean, as a guy, you got to be able to protect and provide, man. I mean, you should kind of generally be the leader in your family. And you can absolutely do that in hand and in different aspects with your wife. But I think if anyone's not kind of pulling their fair share right now and really struggling at, like, how do I get better at this, or what do I do? It's the fellas. But ladies, know that this is absolutely just as applicable to you guys too. So here's the 5 things. Number 1, fitness and strength. It's the foundation for everything. You're not going to tell me otherwise. It absolutely is. When you look in the mirror and you like what you see, it gives you a different sort of respect for yourself. That it gives you confidence. It affects how other people look at you. It affects how you and your wife talk to each other. It affects how your kids respond to you and the respect that they have for you. It affects you at your job and literally what you get paid. It affects everything. And most importantly, it affects your emotional state, because we all keep track and know where we sit subconsciously in the social hierarchy, okay? And this isn't a bad thing. This is natural. So it's one of those things that you could be like, oh, I'm just going to be happy with myself, or you could embrace what is a natural law and what is true. You know where you stack up, and if you do not do the things to feel like you are making progress and rising, you are not going to feel very good about yourself. You are going to lack confidence. You are going to lack respect from those around you. You are going to feel anxious. You are going to feel depressed. You are going to then give in to things that you know you shouldn't do, instead of substituting those things for things that you know are beneficial for you and that you should do. Your fitness, your strength is the foundation for everything. You need to be out of pain. You need to like what you see when you look in the mirror, because of what it does for your mentality and all these other things we just discussed. And ultimately, you need to be physically capable to be strong enough to lift things and move things and be able to protect your family. That is what we were designed to do. And it's one of those things that, especially nowadays, your job is not going to demand anything physical from you. Back in the day, that's all it was. You're going to be hiking all day, gathering things, building shelters, trying to go spear an elk or something like that, right? I mean, like, really think about it. We were spending all our time in the sun. And now you can sit in an office chair and make a living to go buy groceries and pay for your house to live in. And I mean, that's it. We have, just like we supplement the right nutrients that we're not getting from our food to fill the gaps, you have to supplement exercise into your life. And it is absolutely the foundation for everything. It is what is going to help you to have fertile mental soil to want to get better and study and have a better, just to have a better outlook on life, but a more emotional control. We all need an outlet, man. Adults need recess too. And this goes for everybody. Quick little tangent here. If you're listening to this and you're younger, start now. Schedule it now. You know, even if you have full-time sports, every Tuesday and Thursday at 5:30, boom, I'm at the gym at this time. It is scheduled out. Develop these habits now, because I'm telling you, when you get older and you have way more responsibilities and things going on, multiple businesses, children, you're taking that one kid over here for soccer, another kid over here for baseball. Your life is going to be busy, and I'm telling you, it's just like brushing your teeth. You better have instilled these habits a long time ago, and if you haven't yet, it's okay. You're going to have to make yourself and just start showing up, man, because if you want to live a better life, this is the path. If not, you know exactly what you're going to get. And the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same things and expect a different result. Our society is absolutely decaying physically, emotionally, spiritually, in every single way, and our collective consciousness is 100% de-evolving. It is not getting to a better place, at least for the majority of people. The United States alone consumes over 80% of the world's antidepressants. Think about that. There's not ever going to be a magic pill that's going to fix this stuff. Do the work, put in the work, and your health and your fitness is 100% your foundation. You need to be able to protect and provide for your family and feel good about yourself and who you're putting forth to the world. It's going to make a huge difference. That's something that you need to be elite in. That's something you better have an A+ in. It's the foundation for everything. Number 2, physical combat. Hand-to-hand combat's a huge thing, whether you like it or not. Do you need to be an expert in this? No. Will it give you a ton of confidence if you do have a general understanding of grappling and how to throw a proper punch? Absolutely. You never know what's going to happen in life when you may need to do this. And it's literally, think about if you didn't know what 2 + 2 is and you were going to try to go, do really anything in life, right? Like, that's going to be a problem if you didn't know how to read and write and socialize. These are skills that you need that just didn't happen to be on your curriculum. And what happens with this is that you do get more respect from other people. You do feel more confident and capable in yourself. It is probably going to be like a sword that stays sheathed that you never have to use. But like they say, it's better to be a warrior and a gardener than a gardener in a war. You need to be prepared. And especially men and women both, this is a great thing, but especially men, you guys, you got to get your health and your fitness in check and be strong, get out of pain, and then be able to physically defend yourself and your family if need be. And like I said, that's the cool part about all this stuff. These physical investments that you're making, what it really does is it changes how you view yourself. And that's the whole key. And what's so cool about when you change how you view yourself, you don't get jealous about things. You're not jealous of other people doing better than you, quote unquote. You're not worried about your lady and being jealous of her. Oh, she talked to other guys, or I'm insecure, I won't let her go to a gym or something like that because there's other guys there. Man, get out of here. Like, that's a you problem. That's a problem right up here. And here's where it derives from. It's not going to change unless you do these things to feel confident and secure in yourself. That is the ultimate thing with this. And plus, with combat sports, it's such a great way just to stay in shape. It's great cardio and it's short and sweet, but you're getting a valuable skill rather than just riding a bike or doing the stairs or something or running, which is all great. But this is something that you do need to have a C average in. You got to have a basic understanding of how to throw a punch, hang a heavy bag in your garage, watch YouTube. If you're in a bigger city, go take a boxing class. Our local jiu-jitsu clubs are awesome. Shout out to Torrington Grappling Academy. No one has the right to be what would you say, improficient in the manner of physical endeavors like this. So, number three, firearms. Again, not something you need to be super skilled at, but you better know how to operate a gun, because guess what? They're easily accessible to people. They are what keeps us free. They just are. Any time that tyrants take over and something becomes like a country becomes very suppressed, and people lose rights, the first thing that they do is take their guns. So I mean, that's been for forever. So weapons are a huge thing, but at the end of the day, everyone has access to them. So what are you going to do if someone walks up in your house at night? What are you going to do if someone tries to come jack you or take your kid one day off the street? Like, I mean, the reality is it's low percentage, but these things can happen, and doesn't mean you need to be worried about them the whole time. But I think you're doing yourself and your family a disservice if you are unprepared for them, men and women both. Get into this. Go take a concealed carry class. We are going to launch one of these and partner up with Insight Precision Arms. So shout out to those guys and Aaron, and some of the great instructors that they got. But you need to know how to use a gun, man. You absolutely need to know how to use a gun. You need to, kind of going back to the physical combat strength training, stop being worried about other people. Get in and compete. Like, you're not trying to be better than other people, but get in with other people that want to be better themselves too. And a rising tide is going to raise all ships. You're going to start watching yourself become more secure and more confident with yourself, to have more self-respect, to have, if you're around other people that you respect and you start taking action in a way that respects yourself, they're going to respect you, and your vibe is really going to match your tribe. So overall, back to firearms, you don't have to be elite with this, but it is something that you might want to carry when you go out with your family, especially in crowded environments. You know, like I said, with the collective consciousness of society, you're just seeing bad things happen more often. And is the media portraying that because that's what sells? Absolutely. But is it happening more often? Yeah, it is. And we better be attuned with that reality and do our due diligence to be prepared. And overall, again, it just gives you confidence and peace of mind. Probably better have a firearm at the house. Maybe have one that, like I said, you carry with you. And if you have no idea how to use a gun, go take a class. It's something that we just need to have a baseline understanding of, and to be equipped and prepared. Number 4, it is the root of all evil. But guess what? If there's one thing that controls a system, and what the real puppet masters are pulling to control a system, it's money. It always has been, and it always will be. Any president that has tried to go ahead and do something otherwise, well, I'll tell you what happened to them. Look at what happened to JFK. So money is very important. And like it or not, you can think the system's rigged. You can think, oh, things are costing so much more, and inflation, and we didn't have the opportunities that they had back in the day. Yeah, it probably is a different landscape than what your grandfather grew up in. You know, like $100,000 probably isn't going to buy you a very nice house anymore, and things like that. But guess what? You need to understand money. You need to be disciplined with your money. You need to know where to invest your money, so you got some of it working for you, and at a young age, so that it has time to compound. You need to buy property, because so from 2002 till now, currently, inflation has increased by 88%. So that essentially means that if you want to buy a house or a car, the value of a dollar is a lot less, and the cost of things has went up. So it's a twofold problem, right? But how do we hedge that? You know, or being like, hey, the interest rates are super high, oh, it's so bad. You know, it's like, yeah, but the guys that are in a bull market right now are putting, you know, a CD away for a year or two and making good money, or doing great. You got to be diverse, right? And you have to understand money just on a general sense, and know where you're hedging things to build a portfolio. You need investments. You need life insurance, probably some term insurance. You need a permanent policy that's going to give you a lifetime death benefit that's not going to expire, to help pass things on to your family and not have them incur the expense of your death. Or possibly, if you do really well, maybe you have estate problems, and it functions as a tax-free retirement, a nice little tax advantaged retirement assets, so to speak. Having property, yeah, inflation's going up, everything's costing so much more, but guess what? This piece of property you bought that was worth this is now worth that, right? Learning how to remodel a home and fix up your own place so that it increases the value of it. We need to understand these systems. You need to study on them and spend your time on YouTube learning about that stuff and things that are going to benefit you and your family, because at the end of the day, money now is how you put food in your mouth. Money is how you get freedom, and money is also how you can have handcuffs and a ball of chain on you for your entire life. You want to be able to work to make money, to have money work for you, rather than working your entire life to just make money. I'm going to tell you right now, the way that the system is set up, if you do that, you're going to live a dead end and you're going to have a tight noose around your neck for your entire life. So it's better we wake up. It's better we get our fitness and everything in check. It's better we know how to defend ourselves and have skills so we're more confident. We have a better vibe. We have more emotional control. And we start investing our time into positive things because we're at such a good high state all the time. We don't give in to these distractions and things that are just going to suck our energy and give us no return, and start studying the game that we live in. Number 5, last and not least, self-study. And I'm going to wrap a few things into this. Specifically spirituality, religion. I do think it's very important, especially as you're doing these things, you're developing confidence. You are going to be very much humbled, and what's cool is that you're going to build confidence, but it's going to be the natural way, and your ego is going to become more suppressed and in check. But at the end of the day, I think it's important that we have a higher power, that we understand maybe how the world works and its history, that you're studying philosophy and mindset, and especially for the fellas out there, I mean, we are the ones that should be leading that for our family and how we think, and this is how we do things. This is the vision. This is where we want to go. This is how we sit down at the table and eat. This is how we speak to each other. Like, you got to set the tone for that, and you ultimately need to study. Study the best to ever do it. Study great leaders. Pick the right enemies. Know who you don't want to be. Know the things that you despise. Know the things that disgust you about yourself that you want to kick. Right. Taking time to have quiet time to go get out in nature and do those things is huge. To be able to know how to hunt and fish, and know that I can go out in the mountains and survive, right? Because that's where we came from. And ultimately, we were designed to be builders, to be creators, to be visionaries, and to be beings that have an energy about them that it radiates and affects things. And so you're not chasing things now, it's just attracting to you, and it's coming to you, and you're going to feel life just, if you pay your dues behind the scenes and do these things, you are going to be so surprised at how magnetic you become, and how all of a sudden your life just feels, is there work to do? And it's usually these things behind the scenes, but all the rest of the bricks that kind of come with building a life and building some security, building freedom, and ultimately those come from building yourself. It's going to be much more downhill than you realize when you do these things. And if we keep going the route that we are, where we sit all the time and we eat garbage food and drink water with nasty additives, and scroll at the latest news thing, or some chick shaking it on TikTok, or gossip about other people, and just spend time on subjects that are such a lower level of what we are capable of and designed to here, we're giving in to exactly to what those who want to control us want us to do. And that's what's so cool about today, is it almost becomes so obvious. It's like hot and cold water of what you should and shouldn't do. There's so much bad out there. Once you open your eyes and you realize all the bad is showing you exactly the opposite to do, right? And these are the things that we need to focus on to have a good chance at evolving the collective consciousness of the entire world, which is exactly what Global Grind is about. It's exactly why I made this podcast. That is exactly what my gym is about. That is exactly why RPT was started, and that's how this has evolved today, is how can we affect the most collective consciousness and inspire the most people, being like, hey, no one can make you change but you. But once you realize that you hold all the power, that you can change, that and hey, here's the things that you need to do to change. Cut all this other stuff and focus on these things and watch your life change for the better. Watch you go from lacking confidence and being anxious and depressed to being humble and fulfilled and confident in yourself, and not jealous and not worried, and trusting that everything that's meant to be will be, and everything that's good for you will come to you. It is a different mindset, and it requires a different way of living. It requires different action, and it requires you to not do things that suck that energy from you. Focus on these 5 things. I hope that helps. Like and share if this resonated with you. I know we were talking about a lot of things and a lot of different aspects. I just like to let my mind just kind of go free flow on these things, and try to connect the dots of some intangible things that really, really matter. But to me, this is the foundation. So let's reject. I reject a lot of what's out there right now. You gotta kind of know what you stand for and what you don't. Otherwise, you're gonna stand for nothing. Reject a lot of these things the society is pushing on us. These are the things that you need to focus on. Trust me, do them, get better. Go, don't fear competing. Don't fear being in a place where there's other people, and because it's just judgment of yourself. No one's judging you, you're judging yourself. And that's okay. That's how you're gonna feel, but it's just a feeling, okay? It's just a feeling. Get into a place where there's other people that are taking action to get better too, and that rising tide is gonna raise all ships. That's what we're about right there, is competing and competing with ourselves, getting better, being around other people that want to be better, and just making it to where hopefully everyone is kind of operating on that frequency as much as possible. That's what Global Grind's about. It doesn't matter where you are right now. It doesn't matter what's happened in the past. It doesn't matter the cards that you were dealt, because you can't control that. It doesn't matter if you're a guy working in a very competitive industry, working 60 hours a week and doing all these things. And it doesn't matter if you're a mom at home that's got to get the meals done, the laundry done, and get kids to practice and this and that, and are trying to raise the best kids that you can. It just matters if you're on the grind, if you're open to what the grind really encompasses, and the things that you got to do to be at your best self, physically, mentally, and spiritually. All right, guys, that's it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like and subscribe again if that helped or added any value to you. I hope this helps you improve and makes your day a little bit better. We're out. Peace.